Hello and welcome YouTube. This is CoookkieMonster ProForgeRacing bringing you 3 new Halo 4 racetracks made by myself. The first one here is called WaterFront and it is made on Harvest on the Crimson Map Pack. I made 3 Crimson Map Pack racetracks. I made one on each of the Crimson Map Pack maps, and that is what you'll see in this video. This is the first one I made on Harvest called WaterFront. As soon as I played Harvest, I thought that it would be great for terrain racetracks, and I was correct. Actually, when I first played the Crimson Map Pack, I used to get all 3 of the maps mixed up, because they're all kind of similar. They have like one edge where there's like a cliff down to water or something, and right here I'm at the beginning, there's some mongooses higher up, and I have a gravity volume so you can jump up there to get them. But all 3 of them have like an edge with like water below them, and then they have some outdoor areas, and then a couple different buildings, and they're like fairly symmetrical, so I used to get them all mixed up. But anyways, WaterFront here is a very fun racetrack. It is a terrain racetrack, very DRL Dirty Racing League inspired, which is the racing league I run in Halo. It has almost 140 members exactly as of now, which I think is the biggest racing league in Halo. Which is awesome. It's very fun. It's competitive and fun and casual at the same time. But those little things on the map, by the way, aren't TPs. They're just little obstacles. I had some extra budget and I wanted to make some obstacles. Right here, if you'll notice on the backside of that staircase that there is no bordering, that is so in like tournaments and stuff, you can give somebody a nice push off of that onto the ground and just like completely ruin someone's race, which is what the Dirty Racing League is all about. Just wrecking each other as you race competitively. So it puts fun racing and competitive racing together when they're normally separated. You normally either have fun or you get way too into it. In the DRL, you get way too into having fun. So that's what I love about the DRL. But anyways, this one is my map on Shatter. It is called Lithofractor, and it is the second map I made on the Crimson Map Pack. This is a really fun one as well. All 3 tracks have been used in and have proven themselves good for the Dirty Racing League. This one is pretty fun. It's very fast-paced, definitely a lot more fast-paced than the last one, in my opinion, because the last one had some tight areas through the buildings and stuff. This one, although there are a lot of turns on this one, I feel like they all kind of flow together better than they did on the last track. There was jumps and stuff. This one's mostly flat terrain. There's a lot of colored base shields. In order to make the track longer, I used base shields, which are cheaper bordering pieces, so that's why I did that. The color scheme is blue and gold and red. But right here is a fun part. After you go down this hill after the checkpoint, you just go straight and you can bounce off those shields. But if you do what I did there in the video, and you kind of like turn to the left, sometimes you can get it perfectly where you, instead of like having to turn around when you land, you kind of just like land facing straight. But it's definitely a pretty competitive track. It's very fun. There's an arrow at the start so you don't get lost of where to go. This is my 3rd one called Cerulean Coast. Cerulean, by the way, it's not a made-up word. I looked it up. It's a word that's like a bluish-greenish, like a turquoise kind of thing. But anyways, this one's called Cerulean Coast. It's made on Wreckage. It was the 3rd of my 3 Crimson Map Pack terrain tracks. It was made a little bit after the other 2, maybe like a month after the other 2, which were made pretty close in time. But I definitely like this one the most. I think it's the most fun. It has a big jump, a pretty cool like kind of sky section, not like a double wide kind of sky section or a roller coaster, just a little section where you're in the sky where you normally wouldn't be. But there's a ton of mongooses lined up in a big row at the start, and there's several turns. This one has an arrow as well, except made out of rocks, so you know where to go. But this one's pretty competitive. There are teleporters in that water section. I didn't have enough money to border it off, but I did add teleporters. I got that from Whiskey Worm's track. He did the same thing on his map Wraparound. But there's a lot of 180 turns that are good for the DRL. And right here there's a competitive indoor section. I recently won my first DRL tournament. I've raced like 40 more than anybody, but I almost always go for wrecks. I don't try to win, so I don't do well. But I've tried to win a few recently, and I've gotten a few second places, and I won one. And I went into the last race 4 points below Masta Hippie, and I needed to he got 6th in the race and I got 1st. So I beat him by 5, so I beat him by 1 point in the tournament, so that was awesome. But please go to my file share and download these 3 tracks. They're 3 of my least downloaded ones on my file share because they're newer, but I'd really appreciate it if you went and downloaded them. Thank you guys so much for watching.